Hello again, I'm Blunty and this is my review of Heavy Rain, an exclusive game for the PS3 that's just hit shelves. I've been playing through my review copy for a little while, but before I get onto the review I want to say a couple of things. This will be a spoiler-free review because spoilers will ruin the game for you basically. Number two, do not read the comments if you're worried about being spoiled, because you just know some cock-gobbling thunder cunt is gonna just throw a bunch of spoilers in the comments trying to ruin the game for other people because they're tiny penised wannabes. Now, that said, Heavy Rain, I don't even want to call it a game because it's not a game. It's an interactive movie. It's some people have called it a series of QuickTime events, and QuickTime events usually are something that piss off gamers. You know, you want to be doing the action, controlling everything, not just pressing X not to die. And calling it just a series of QuickTime events is disingenuous. It's not really fair. It's an interactive movie. The story can branch out in different ways, and the choices you make as you play as 4 different characters throughout the game, following each of their sort of separate storylines through in order to try and find the identity of the origami killer, a serial killer, and to hopefully do so in time to potentially save his next victim from the gruesome fate. Now, I said it's unfair to call it a series of QuickTime events, but that's what it is. But it's more than just that. I mean, you know, you wander from place to place, you do the things, you get numerous choices given to you, you can do things in certain orders, you can resolve a situation in many different ways depending on the choices you make. You always kind of end up in the same place. Like if you're going to have to discover a certain clue to progress in the story and all that sort of stuff. So regardless of which choices you make, you're still going to wind up with that clue. But the story can evolve and change and affect you emotionally in different ways depending on the choices you make. And it's a very emotional game. It's very well written. There are some plot holes, but then again, in any of these sort of mystery type stories in movies and books and all this sort of stuff, there's almost always plot holes, and you know, some of them are niggly. But it's written really, really well. It unfolds in a really exciting way, and you get sort of tied up in the story very, very easily. The only problem is, while the story is written very, very well, the dialogue is not. The dialogue is very ham-fisted at times and poorly written. And a lot of people have criticised the voice acting as well, and some of it is great, some of it is not great. In fact, some of the voice acting is just terrible, and you're sort of grimacing throughout the game as you're listening to these lines by voice actors who are French, who are speaking English, their second language. There's like one native English-speaking language guy in the whole game, and some people have criticised the weird accents that come out. I don't really care about the accents, but the way the lines are delivered often just get just slam into a wall, and you go, what the hell? I mean, I'm not a trained actor. I could have done better than that. Who hired these people? Who's the casting director? But you get on beyond that, you start getting enthralled in the game, and like I said, it grips you emotionally, and you get tied up in the game, you get tied up with these characters, you start to care for them, and you start to sort of panic when decisions come up on you, and when your character gets... The whole game is controlled via on-screen prompts. You have to move the right joystick in a certain pattern to do this thing, or you press this button to think about this thing, or say this line, or approach a situation in a compassionate way, or an aggressive way, and all that sort of stuff. So the way your choices unfold are all on-screen prompts, and while that works, the control system works really well, it never ceases to feel awkward, and it is unique. I've never experienced anything like this on a game console. It's kind of like being the director of a movie, kind of like being an actor in a movie, kind of like role-playing, but not quite, and you know, you're responsible for how you react in different situations, and it gets emotionally intense. I mean, it does move you at times. The replay value is there because you can go through and sort of do things differently. And what if I had done this? And what if I had done that? So there's a decent amount of replay value there as well. You can probably go through it 4 times and have it unfold 4 completely different ways. But I guess once you know who the killer is, it takes some of that thrill out of it. But no spoilers. The game looks beautiful. It almost always looks just stunningly beautiful. That it's rendered lovely, and the environments just have a real atmosphere and feeling to them. And there's been a lot of attention paid to details and stuff like that. And it's wonderful to play. And the canned animations, the animations that happen when you select a certain course of action, are wonderful. And the animations when you're actually walking around, like if you're walking around like a convenience store or something, you get stuck on objects and it gets all wonky, and the walk cycle looks weird all the time, and that's kind of distracting as well. But it's one of those things you can get past. You go, well, that looks weird. Who cares? I'm having fun. Or not even having fun. I'm enthralled. I mean, I don't even know if I'd call it a fun game, but it's a game you need to be playing. I came straight to this game after playing Mag. Like I was playing Mag, the first person shooter I just reviewed last week or whatever it was. And it's a very jarring experience coming from that traditional kind of run around, shoot 'em up, action, boom, boom, explosion kind of game. But you really do have to keep in mind, this isn't a game. It's not explosions and exciting and boom, boom. It's slow, it's methodical, it unfolds. I mean, it's kind of like ironic, you know, because the killer you're after is the origami killer who folds origami out of folding paper. And as you're playing the game, you're kind of unfolding things. I wonder if that was deliberate. But in any case, if you are the kind of gamer who has an attention span that can last longer than your average game of Rochambeau, and you like that sort of murder mystery kind of movie and books and stories and stuff like that, you're going to get a lot out of this game. It is, like I said, it's like nothing I've ever played before. There are a few other games similar to it, but you need to get into it because it's something fresh, something different, something exciting, something that'll just, you know, grab you by the throat and go, "You've never played this before, have you?" That may have been over the top, but in any case, yeah, I recommend Heavy Rain, so check it out. There's a demo on the store. I haven't played the demo, I'm not sure which scene it is or anything like that, but yeah, it's worth going out. You pick up the disc, you're going to have a blast with it. Well, I'd see, even that, when you're going to have a blast, that's my usual sort of recommendation for a good game. It's a blast to play. This isn't a blast to play because it's simply not a wow, whoo. It's so difficult to review this game that it's a non-game, but it is an interactive gaming type experience, and it's doing my head in almost as much as the way the story unfolds, because you're in for a few twists and turns, and I know at least 2 people who have cried during the unfolding of this game. And I didn't cry because, you know, I'm a big tough manly man. Witness, see this stubble? Yeah, that's only a few hours old. I shaved 2 hours ago. That's how manly I am, and I wouldn't have cried in this game ever, no matter how emotionally gripping it was at times. Anyway, rambled enough. Check out Heavy Rain, exclusive on the PlayStation 3, out now in, I think, all markets now. It came out in the US last week and it's just hit stores in Australia and it should be in Europe and all that sort of stuff. So keep going, check it out. Have a different kind of fun on your gaming machine. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.